So then we are back with more understandings from the time of the second tabernacle services, where we find the Aramaic English translation of the word. This translation comes from the original manuscripts of the prophets of the Tzayelic lineage. So then we can understand the time of the end as per YershiYA the prophet. Find layers of understanding of the spring feast, the autumn feast, and also the returning of the cities of the Hamashiach laid waste from many centuries. As we read in YershiYA the prophet, it's always important reading the holy instructions because they are part of the Torah, the only document, original document the divinity has given, and the people of Yahweh unfortunately roamed the earth for a long time, and the holy Shabbat is being established. Now then, there are sections of the holy instructions related with the tabernacle. Now then, salvation, there is none other than Yod He Vav He. So as per such, during this time of the restoration period, the divinity is given clues and understandings of how these nations are going to be put to shame. Now then, the 23rd chapter of YershiYA speaks of the merchants of the earth. Now then, he's talking regarding the trade of the time, and then the purpose of these on Tyre, and the growing host merchants are then the chief traders of the earth. Are they not given honor? Says Yod He Vav He of hosts. Very important, hosts. And then staying purpose and pride, and also dealing with contempt and honor in the earth. To the land and the Nile, and then the daughter of Tarshiah, and the girl, and it stretched its hands to the farthest kingdom. Then Yod He Vav He has given the order against Canaan to destroy the forts. And he said, you shalt again rejoice, and shalt live in shalom. Now then, what the Creator is saying in this particular section of the holy instruction, that he has his hands against these nations. Now then, during these times where so many nations are stealing, are lying, they do whatever they can to steal from the workers, they do whatever they can to deceive. The new era, the new transitional time, the very Yod He Vav He, the very divinity, is making sure that these nations are then put to shame. Now then, in the verse number 4, and it states then that they were repleted by the great waters in their trade, and Sihor, and the harvest of the Nile, and the revenue, and the smart, and she as a smart nation shall to be ashamed. That's when the whole situation regarding YershiYA or Isaiah, regarding the shaming of the nations because of their dirty dealings. Now then, the system of China, very importantly, is a system computerized, requiring flexible networks, But the prophecy related with this system is precisely what the YershiYA has mentioned regarding the nations and what they are doing with their own countries. Apart from the people, they are simply stealing, they are lying, they do involve themselves in fraud, and they whitewash the whole situation, and another 40 years come by, and then another group of people, they do the same thing, always pushing for wars and rumors of wars. And the very divinity is saying that these nations are going to be put to shame because they do not know how to manage, and they do not know how to use their resources in a way that reflects the trade teachings given by Abraham. So then, during this transitional time, what can we expect from the system of China? Very simply, computerized systems where it's very hard for governments to steal, because most of the taxes on the internet is going to be given by the freighters. Now, there is not only the regular money used for purchases. People have a variety of ways of paying for products. They can use centralized. That's where most of the government steals from, making dirty deals, making dirty contracts. They get kickbacks from contracts. And there are other non-centralized systems where the government simply cannot charge taxes, yet the transaction is done cleanly. So, the point is, YershiYA has revealed that these particular situations regarding the nations of the earth shall be put to shame. Now, he's not going to step on the nations. He's going to show them what they have done in the past. Because the system being prepared is going to show them how miserable liars they were previously. They're going to determine these themselves. So, with this in mind, the flexible network of China, being the greatest that this planet ever experienced before, shall then benefit thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people, because as the existing way of this system, simply they barely help people in order to maintain a line of trade and maintaining a line on themselves. It works for some time and then doesn't work anymore. Now, with the system of China, when they started from the get-go, must work. So then, the shame is going to have a link with the simplest situations in life, however consistent. And it shall work. Now, YershiYA, through his servant Yeshua, himself as being Yeshua, explained many sections in the New Testament regarding dirty deals, regarding lying, regarding then scales, adulterated scales, and then the watchful eyes of the divine, the presence of the divine watching very closely. And every wrong we do towards someone else is always recorded. The divine always, through the history of this planet, has a proper way of answering every time a judgment is made against someone else. So then, that's why the teachings of Abraham and the teachings of the Hamashiach ben Yosef, they were always enlightened by what the Torah explained, how to treat each other, how to treat your neighbor, how to respect others, and most importantly, not cheating or lying, because the divine is truly watching. And these are the basic, what used to be as values from the Bible, very unheard of these days. At the first chance, people can steal, even though there are some gray areas that absolutely given bluntly, yet many make a choice of stealing from others. So the situation is Yod He Vav He, in his wonderful position as a prophet, has given the information that during this period of time a wonderful, flexible network can become very profitable for many people that are serious and wanting to do trade as per the instructions of the Bible. So next time I'm going to evaluate more from the enlightenment of YershiYA. So please stay tuned. Much more coming up.